Hey everyone, Jeff Mackerlin here, and today I'm going to talk about how you can outline the chord changes of a blues by just using the minor pentatonic scale, and boy does it sound cool. Let's talk about that. First things first, my three chords in a G blues are going to be G7, C7, and D7. That's my 1, 4, and 5. Now I could also have G7 to C9 to D9. Okay, so you have any of those options are cool. So the first thing I want to know is, what are the roots of those chords? Well, obviously, if I'm playing a G chord, it's G, my C chord, it's C, and my D chord, it's D. The thing that I was doing, and I was playing very simply on purpose, I was hitting the roots of the chords on the downbeat of the chord changes. So one more time, I'm hitting the roots of the chords on the downbeat of the chord changes. So this is really important to be able to do, because that's when you're really outlining the sound of the chord change. What's difficult about that is you need to know where that chord is and when it's coming. So what you want to have in your head is, what chord am I on now? When's the next chord coming? And what note do I need to hit when I get to that chord? So you have to be thinking ahead as well as thinking about in the moment of what you're playing. The good thing is, the more you do this, the more innate it becomes. You just get it under your fingers and you do it. If you want to go way deeper in detail on this, I have a course available called Playing the Changes, Blues Soloing in Position. There I talk about seeing the chord shapes in one position, outlining each of those chords using your pentatonic scale, using arpeggios, seeing the chord shapes, adding in chromatic approach notes, all in one position. And I think that's the way to do it, one position at a time. So what you get together here is going to help you when you move to any other position. That course is on sale using the link above or below. Also, if you want this background track, you can just get that for free using the link down below as well. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, and my channel helps me out quite a bit. All right, now back to the video. Now, something to keep in mind, the solo I did was not some sort of earth-shattering solo, because I wasn't trying to do that. I was practicing playing the chord changes on the downbeats as they go by using the roots. So you want to think about that. You need to spend the time to get that under your fingers. And the rest of the passing notes I was using was minor pentatonic. But suddenly, to me, it sounds much cooler when I'm from that one chord, for instance, doing this, right? Like, then you heard ba 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 da da right? Hear that C7? How about I went to that 5? You heard all of the chord changes going by me simply playing those roots on the downbeat. So a great exercise to do is what I just did. I am hearing the chord changes in my head with no backing track, and I'm outlining them with my playing by using the roots on the downbeats of each of the chord changes. Try that. That's pretty tricky, but man, does it sound good, and it really, really helps. Just a quick rig rundown. I'm just using my old Les Paul into a Marshall JTM Studio. Marshall was kind enough to gift me one. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. This thing sounds awesome. As you can hear, I love JTM 45, especially being an old Clapton fan, Blues Breakers and all that. So really dig it. You guys, if you're interested in one, you can use the affiliate link down below. Helps out the channel, but man, this thing sounds awesome. All right, so let's take it a little further. So G minor pentatonic is spelled G, B flat, C, D, F, G, B flat, C, D, F, G, B flat. Now G7 is spelled G, B, D, F, and if you look, I've written this out here. So G, B, D, F. So what are the notes that are in common between G minor pentatonic and G7? G, D, and F. We don't have a B, we have a B flat in the scale. Sounds cool. We could play the B if we want to, but we're not talking about that right now. So we have 3 of the 4 notes of the G7 chord, right? We have the G, the D, the F, G, D, F, G. All right. If we have our C7 chord, C7 is spelled C, E, G, B flat. Well, what notes do we have? We have the C, we have the G, we have the B flat, right? So we have 3 of the 4 notes, C, G, B flat, C, G. Okay? Now for the 5 chord, we have D7, D, F sharp, A, and C. So what do we have? We have the D and C. So we only really have 2 notes. Did you hear that? I heard that. I heard the chord change. When I played those, I'm hearing that D7 chord. I don't know if you heard that in my ear. I suddenly heard D7 by playing those 2 notes. So what we did in the first exercise, hitting the roots on each of the chords is great, but to get some more interesting sounds, you don't have to just stick to the roots. But we're still sticking to the minor pentatonic scale. There are other notes we can play, but that's not what we're doing today. So I'm going to play the G blues again, and I'm going to stick to chord tones that are contained in G minor pentatonic, and I'll call them out. I'm going to go to that F, watch. There's that D, and watch. C, B flat of the C chord. Here's my G. I'm going to go up to that F. Now I'm going to slide up to G on the C chord, C, E, G. How about that B flat? Pretty common, we're used to that one, right? That F sounds great for that G chord, right? It's the flat 7. D, that's the 5. Now here comes my D chord. I'm going to hit the C. Now I'm going to slide the C down to the B flat for the C7 chord. Here's my root. Play a little more, watch. There's that B flat, G, the flat 7. I'm gonna go that B flat on the C chord. With that G. I can bend each of those notes. Here comes my 5 chord. I'm going to play that D to the C. Now we're going to bring that down, watch. Okay, so I threw a lot at you on that last time through. I just wanted to show you that I can just use the G minor pentatonic scale with some blues licks and ideas that we know and start to take some of those ideas and plug them into making the chord changes. One of the great things about working through this is you're starting to outline the chord changes. Like I said, you're hearing the chord change, you know what chord you're on, you can predict the chord change before it gets there, all these great things that will take your playing to a different place. You start to hear different things. But it doesn't just happen, through osmosis. You have to work on it. And then being able to start to hear when I play that G7 chord and I sit on that F, I know that that's a flat 7. Or I hear that D. Now that might have been a note years ago that I would think, oh, that's not a great note, I got to go to the root. A lot of guitar players end up really focusing in on the root too much because you're thinking about a pentatonic scale. You're thinking about there's one scale that works over everything as opposed to outlining the changes as they go by. And in doing that, you miss some really awesome sounding notes that add a whole level to your playing of depth and emotion that's not really available to you if you're just playing a straight pentatonic scale and not thinking about the chord changes. Now, one thing I want to make perfectly clear is all the blues greats knew this. B.B. King would outline the chord changes all the time. Freddie King, Albert King, Buddy Guy, Stevie Ray, Jimmy, Clapton, all those guys, they knew what was going on. They were outlining the chord changes. And it didn't just happen. They thought about it. They were like, oh, I'm on this chord. I'm going to play that note. Oh, that's a great sound. Oh, let's start digging into that. You hear them talk about it. That's exactly what's going on. So think about that too, that this is an essential part to becoming a better blues guitar player and guitar player in general. All right, I hope you liked the video. And once again, please like and subscribe. Don't forget the course, Playing the Changes, Blues Soloing and Position, is available for sale using the link above or below, and get the background track for free using the link down below. All right, until the next time, I'll see you later, and I'm Jeff.